Yeah. Can I sing? I think no.
Hell no.
I can't get a voice. No, you know, I hate that. Thank y'all for coming back again. This is Socially Responsible podcast for the B-side. So we had to take a break real quick. We had to go pay some bills and actually we had to charge up the iPad. But again, it was at the right time because of course the B-side is where we come with the more serious kind of conversation where we get deep and dig deep into topics and conversations and just speak shit and talk it how it is. So anyway, if you want to find us, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us also on YouTube, as you can see below. Support Socially Responsible. It has our link tree, www.linktree.com/irresponsible, IRSPNSBL. That's where you're going to find us at. That's where you're going to see, I would say like you can, I don't know, whatever you like, whatever your device is, select it. Facebook, YouTube. We have our IGs on there. You can find us on Apple, Podcast, Spotify, Pandora, whatever.
AOL.
Anyway, that's the business. Also, if you get the links, we have merchandise out there. You can come get shirts. You can get, what else can you get? Hoodies, pressure, beard care.
Yes, sir.
That's not gonna be on the website. That website is actually pressurebeardcare.com. There you go, and that's where you're gonna find your pomade. Which is a shit cake.
Not pomade.
Which is what KK always has in his head. You can find your moisturizer. But anyway, let's get to the show, man. So we had also make sure you can call. Give us some calls, man. We want to see what y'all's opinion. We had somebody from New York.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Call us 210-226-3232. Get the time.
What
Frost Bank. Remember that Frost Bank?
No, that's the call for the time.
You don't remember that?
No.
I used to get that number out.
What's up, baby?
210-226-3232.
That's the number.
Nigga, that's the time. Like, yeah, it is.
This is movie phone. That's the number I used to always give. I don't know what number that
I'm
was.
old and I'm not giving out the time.
How old are you again, K?
The fuck is it?
So yeah, man. So Young Jeezy, he's been in the news lately. I actually feel like the last since he got punked by Jeezy, which I thought he was a grown man for how he handled the situation. Now that I look back on it,
you really think he was a grown man for the way he handled that?
I was proud of Jeezy.
Nah, he was weak for that, man.
I was proud of Jeezy. He could have started a whole war if he wanted to.
He was scared. Ain't no way he was scared. He won't start no war. That man was scared.
I don't think he was scared.
Nah, that nigga was scared.
He was smart.
Nah, that nigga was scared, dog. Gucci gonna beat the shit out that nigga.
He was on. I think
Gucci was ready to fight, dog. He wanted to fight that nigga, man.
You think so?
I know he did.
He wasn't finna fight. He's in a $5,000 outfit.
Who was?
Gucci.
He still was ready to fight.
I think he was smart, man. Like he just evolved as a man, and so that's what it is. So everyone knows who Young Jeezy is, right? Trapper Die, Mr. Thug Motivation 101, you know, which is probably his only good album ever.
But he had Big Snow on his shirt though. Like that's how he grew up. Like I don't think he grew up though. Like
he I think he handled it good.
That's what scared people do.
But coming to find out, like maybe he did bitch out. Maybe he was a ho-ho.
No, he did.
But I think Jeezy was so put it like this. So we always talk about complying, right? And black people always talk about not complying. Tina, she was a big Jeezy fan and she is not a complier, right? And I don't want to put words into her mouth. For the most part, she's gonna fight for what she believes in, right? Young Jeezy, what was that song he had about him getting pulled over? It was
I don't remember none of that nigga songs until they come on.
Young Jeezy getting pulled over.
He got pulled over. He had dope in the back. And officer said, "Keep it down. Have a good day. Don't get caught."
That's what it's called.
Don't get caught.
That's what
right?
it's called.
So he was talking on the whole song about not talking shit to the laws, about being calm, and don't get caught. Jeezy, the biggest hood nigga out there, has always been compliant to the laws.
Well, he was just the face though. He never lived that life.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, so as we talk about Big Snow and all this shit, like Jeezy always been a grown man, right? So now you get him into his grown man shit, and he's looking about not trying to fight Gucci, right? He's talking about getting married, talking about letting his child pick the gender as that child so chooses.
That shit makes no sense.
That
That shit makes no sense. I don't give a fuck who cancel me. I don't care. I'm not gonna have a baby and just be like, you know what? Got a whole penis. Like, I'm gonna let you choose what you want to be though.
Yeah,
You a boy. I don't care what you identify. I identify as Bill Gates, but I'm not a boy. You know what I'm saying? I identify as Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? That's what I identify
me
as.
too, shit.
But in reality, look,
the wallet said
I'm just a regular person. Like just
that.
my birth certificate say Kelvin Williams.
No, but I mean, you got to look at, and that's kind of how I look at his whole evolution. You know what I mean? Like, Gucci was talking about how much jewelry he got on, and Jeezy talking about how much real estate he got. It's just a different conversation.
But Jeezy was being funny though, man.
So you don't.
It's because he's not that guy.
Gucci was being funny though. You talking about because he was like, I got $10,000. He talking about the clothes, but we talk like the hit was $10,000. So that's why he was the whole thing. He was everything he did was $10,000. He was being funny.
I didn't realize how disrespectful that was until you pointed it out.
That's what I'm saying though. Like he did a lot of disrespectful shit. Like when he did when he sung the True song, I was just like, Jeezy has to sing Stay Strapped or I lose all respect for him.
You said, what are you talking about? That nigga he smoked like that?
That's the truth. Like, when somebody dug up his home and smoked the nigga dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude you sent to kill him. He talking about how he killed him and how he beat the case and how he rolls him in his blunt. And you sitting up here singing your love songs and shit.
Because he is not that guy.
Yeah, but
it's an act, though.
But that's the thing. I respect it. And it comes from, I'm not a Bible guy, so I'm not going to speak this Bible to y'all, but it was in Corinthians. I don't know whatever it is, but there's a verse where he says, when he was a child, he lived as a child, but as he got older, he became a man, he's put his childish, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I look at life. And there's a lot of people how I look at it that haven't made that transition from being a boy doing boyish shit to becoming a man and acting like a man. As he became a man, he put his childish things away and became a man. Somebody who ever knows that Corinthians quote, just go and post it. I want to see it because I know I'm butchering.
You put that shit away in certain situations.
But that's the thing about
because perfect example. Mm-hmm. We be having a conversation about white people saying we're saying nigga, right? We was at a bar. I don't like nobody saying nigga if they not black. You know what I'm saying? I see this essay say nigga disrespectful about 10 times.
Yeah.
He like, what you gonna do? I was like, man, look at this motherfucker. I turned into Jeezy. Nigga, I'm a grown man. That shit don't bother me, man. It's like,
I got real estate.
He was finna kill everybody out there that was black, man.
Yeah.
Like every black dude out there, he was finna kill him that night, man.
He wasn't having no problems. KK bitched up quick. So
that bitch up and had nothing to do with me. Shit, nigga, got me no nigga. I just sitting there in shocked at all of the niggas he said it to. Like I'm like, you niggas is thugs. Like I know you niggas and them. Calm down, man. The police do enough to us. What?
The police do enough to us.
Hey, this motherfucker had these black dudes shook, man, by himself.
It wasn't like this dude was like, I'm from Chicago. You know the stigma behind Chicago black folks. I'm from Chicago, man. We can't be doing this. They're over there trying to have us kill each other. Like, man, fuck you, nigga. I was like, whoa.
He was like, hey, calm down. Get off me, you soft ass nigga. Like, God damn.
The whole time I'm looking at KK like, KK, what you gonna do?
This how I knew it was bad. Like, the shit happening right there. I'm the cop.
He walked out with him break.
Say, he ain't break up. He left the scene. Like, hold up, bro. You got a gun. Say, you got a whole gun and left the scene.
That's growth, KK.
Nah, that's smart. I'm just smart. I know.
Jeezy is also smart, and he has a growth also.
Let little Opie or something say it. I'm on his ass, but that dude there say.
Yeah, I think Jeezy
scary to them all.
Nah,
weirdo.
He ain't never been that guy. He's been himself.
So the guy we see now,
it's himself.
Always been him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, because you got to think about the shit that I used to do when I was a kid, like just very childish ways, very immature. I mean, I'm still immature and childish now, but you can only imagine how it was, 20, 30 years ago. Like, it was worse. But, like, we all go through that transition, and I think that it's, I think that's what we're here for, that growth.
Yeah.
And I think when we see that growth in people, it's always weird how we, a whole ass nigga, like, we disrespect the person that he is without knowing his story, you know what I mean? His real story, not his persona.
Yeah.
We know it's entertainment, you know what I'm saying? It just
You wouldn't.
Yeah, he could have clapped back a little bit.
If she was on the opposite
he didn't defend himself at all.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's like you can't. I don't give a fuck who could whoop me. Like that's different, man. Like
Yeah, he could have played into the whole story.
Manhood. I was like, you let this nigga test your manhood, and that was like one of the biggest verses. Like a lot of people saw that.
But don't they let you let your success speak for yourself? No, is that not what we're doing right now? Isn't that what you when you go go low, I go high?
Yeah, but
He called him
Gucci
bitch,
look like he
like-
more successful than him right now.
You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Financially,
yeah.
Yeah, he just don't buy property.
I think he do.
He probably do, right?
Yeah,
he definitely spent his money in the right hands.
yeah.
Is he
Gucci's wife turned $1 million to
Oh,
10
yeah.
million
Yeah.
in like 3 years. So
It's either spending money in real estate or drugs, but his money is getting flipped and cleaned in.
yeah, and he got the biggest coldest team right now in the game. So he got artists left and right dropping hits.
But I mean, like I said, it's one of those things that when we see that growth, instead of again, do what the fuck you want.
But it's not growth if that's who he always been.
But it's just good to see that. And like, so even with not just him, but his wife, like she was in a whole situation before him, right? She was married to whatever. I don't know who the person is, but she was in a relationship and she never wanted kids. She never wanted just the life that she currently has now. She met Jeezy and in a year they're married. She's pregnant now and she never ever had the idea of wanting to get a child.
Yeah,
Who was she with before though? Maybe that nigga just didn't show signs that she wanted to have a baby by.
And that could be it. He wasn't bringing that woman out of her that she is now. But that's that growth. Like you meet somebody or you get through an experience.
6 figures will make you change your mind about a lot of shit.
I'm pretty sure that nigga
yeah.
wasn't.
Or maybe he gave her fried chicken instead of sesame chicken. She was tired of that shit.
I'm tired of that, right?
That's what season tastes like.
I ain't leaving this. But yeah, but Jeezy also talked about how, that shit, like how he wants to leave a legacy behind. He wants to have kids, he wants to leave his name. So he's not just talking about babies like I want you to raise my kids. That conversation is
He don't have no kids at all.
probably nothing that the NDA isn't attached to.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah. I ain't never heard of none.
ever.
I ain't never looked for none
nobody.
either though. So I don't know.
Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I ain't wiki him before he started talking about it. But it's a different conversation. So now she's having kids and raising a family and not just being a mother getting pregnant, knocked up.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you meet that I'm trying to think what was my growth moment in my life.
You ain't probably had it yet.
No, he ain't lying. I probably haven't. I think when I got kicked off. Okay, so I got kicked off my senior year. I was at Texas State. I got kicked off the football team. I got arrested twice that year, and when I found I got kicked off the team in the middle of the season, I cried. Literally cried when I walked out of the coach's office and he told me I got kicked off the team. In my head, I'm like, what am I going to do with life now? Like, what's next?
Oh, crybaby ass nigga.
No, nigga, it hurt. I cried.
So when you get kicked out, you get kicked out of school too? That's a part of it, right?
At the end, your semester's paid for.
Oh, so you can finish the semester.
Yeah, your semester, your year is paid for. So when it comes to scholarships, when I was on football, Scully, I just had to say to put it out there. Go Bengals.
It's a groupie, man. Like a 12-year-old kid. What's your favorite team? Who won the Super Bowl? I'm like, you're a hoe. Be calling the kid, you're a hoe, little boy.
Little boy.
Little boy, you're a hoe.
I
Like the Chiefs.
They renew your scholarship after. So you have a 5-year scholarship.
Yeah.
But they renew it every
Semester, right?
every year.
Every year.
Yeah, so you just have to really fuck up to lose it. But anyway, it was my senior year. They let me finish, but I got kicked off. They let me back on after about 3 weeks. But at that time when they kicked me off, I had no idea what I was gonna do with life. Like I was literally lost in my head. I'm like, what am I gonna do now? I'm ugly crying, walking out, and I was trying to be tough and hold it in, but it just didn't work, man. And it really got to me.
Why?
Why? You
was finna be done with school though.
Football was my life though. Like that's all. I played my whole year. I was on scholarship. I was doing everything, and I don't know. Maybe it was telling people that I'm not playing on this team. Those are my brothers. Like these are people I practice with. This is my teammates. And I wanted an opportunity to be with those guys and go through that. And when I felt like I lost them, it was like losing a relationship, right? So I didn't know how to act. I don't know what to do. Like I was just nowhere. And when that happened, I had to sit back and like, I need to get my shit together, man. I was working out more and harder than I've ever worked out. I was, when I got back on the team, I was just living my life better. It got to the point where I wouldn't have sex after Wednesday. I'm only having sex Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The only time I would have sex during the season.
So on God's day, yeah, Monday and Tuesday.
We had a game Saturday, man. I'm knocking her off Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Were the only days I would have sex. I wouldn't have sex after Wednesday, after Tuesday because I
you beat your meat
so
Wednesday
that's where that
Saturday.
Shit started from. I jacked off a lot in college. I see why.
But no, I didn't because it was like one of those things where like I wanted to have that focus and the testosterone in my body during the games. So it's like I wanted to be focused. I wanted to be mentally there, and this is stuff that I was doing after I got in trouble. Like imagine if I was doing it sooner. And like it was just a different beat. I was just a different beast. And I came back and I did good things on the field, but it's like I grew up. I wish I would have had that experience earlier. But like when I was at Texas Tech, when I started off there, like I was a reckless. I was a fucking. But again, that experience was different for me because I'm a black dude in San Antonio. All my family's black, so when I'm around black people all the time. I knew I was black.
Yeah.
When I got to Lubbock, there's no black people around, right?
Yeah.
I'm not around my circle of black people every day. So I'm realizing I'm a nigga, right?
Yeah.
I'd go to Lubbock to realize I was black because I'm not having that same black.
You didn't know you was black at Madison?
I knew it, but I didn't. I hung out with my family all the time. You know what I mean? It was a lot of us. So I knew I was black, but like black was my everyday lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I didn't see anything but being black. You know what I mean? When I go to Lubbock and like my blackness is being challenged because people are letting me know like you're a nigger. You know what I mean? So it was just a different experience. So I'd walk around my hair pressed like Snoop. I walk around with Afro puffs. I was walking around with my Afro puffed out.
No wonder why you beat your meat. You wasn't getting
You lost me at perm, motherfucker. You said this nigga did his hair. I had my hair like a perm. Like, why you do your hair like that, man? Told you gonna be a bad bitch so bad. Huh?
Yeah. He
I had a perm.
envious.
Jealous, right? But
Yeah.
Cat Williams.
I was some shit like that, right? But like I was just so like I never, and that's, I'm not gonna lie, that's where I became the blackest person, and it started to me to understand who I am as a person. I always knew I was black, but I never had to prove it. I never had to be black because everyone knew I was, and I always had that. But when I got to a place where there's none but white people, now I have to show that I'm black. Now I feel like I have to.
You became white though.
Nah, this nigga here. but that's the thing.
You like that shit. Come on, you gonna be Jeezy now and take the high road, huh? Teach you dish.
Yeah.
This nigga got green eyes. I can only take so much. His insults don't go high. Don't go far with me. What the?
He get his feelings hurt fast.
That's the only comeback I have with him. He got green eyes. Every time he says, "So he got green eyes." Steph Curry. But no, that's what it was though. Like, and so I found out that I was black and trying to navigate again. Like I was saying, it was hard. It was a real tough experience, and it got me in trouble. I was being rebellious. I was doing shit I had no business doing. I'd make plays on the field talking about, guess who's back? I got kicked off that football team. I got in trouble. Got suspended for games. I was supposed to, travel with the starting squad my sophomore year and actually get some burn. And play and didn't get that. We started off in Ohio State against Maurice Clarett when he was the running back there, And that was
you lucky he gonna run your ass the fuck over.
But that was the experience I wanted, though. You know what I mean? I wanted to be out there with those guys and play and to make a name for myself. And I was out there. Remember, I was in the class with Wes Walker. Me and him were in the same recruiting class at Texas Tech. We had a good class. But it was like one of those things to where, you know, like man, it was bad. It was real bad for me realizing that. But all because I was too focused on proving to the world that I'm black and I need that respect as opposed to just being a football player and growing up and just, you know what I mean? But that was my experience. As random as that is, that was my growing up from boy to man, Texas Tech, and realizing like I was black. Is that an experience that white people go through to where they grow up and they have to prove that they're white or they have to show how white they are? Or?
I think what you did, you was black. You went to Texas Tech. You became white. Then the black woman was like, "Nigga, you weak as hell." Then you try to be black again.
I'm trying to open up to you guys. I'm trying to be vulnerable here. God,
I don't know. When do they? I don't know.
I mean, if it
Probably when they get pulled over for some reckless shit and like, oh, I just got away with it.
Yeah, but
I am white.
They don't ever have to prove that they're white. Like, you know, black people, we have to prove we're black in certain situations. Like
to who though?
Not to, but like it just depends on your environment. You know what I mean? Like, you have to prove that you're worthy, whether you prove that you're black or not. But you have to prove that you deserve,
like just by doing ignorant shit, like
just like you know, you have to prove that.
Because I never fell into that shit.
For real?
Going in still, nigga, I mean, fucked up. You finna go do nothing to prove I'm down. I'm not down.
Nah, proving you're black. Nah,
I'm not down. No.
I don't mean proving you're black by doing like reckless,
silly shit.
No, I mean like just proving that like that I'm a black man and this is how you should treat me. Like, don't talk to me like, again, at the crib, people respected me because I'm Damien, you know? They're not going to talk to me crazy and sideways. But you go to a place and they start, you know, white people get comfortable and then they, you know, it's like, hey.
Well, if they treated you that way, it's because they probably didn't think that you respected yourself.
Well, then that could have been it. But it was more of, so when we got to Lubbock, we're in a town to where there's a girl I dated. Her name was Roche. She's from Earth, Texas. I know I had this conversation, and she didn't. I don't know how I can explain it. She grew up in a place where she was the only black family in the town. Mm-hmm. So I'm in a West Texas where black people aren't.
Yeah, I know.
You know, most of them are racist when the white people are racist, or their parents, or at least, were definitely racist.
Yeah.
So when they're around me, they don't know how to treat me because they've never seen me before.
Right.
They don't know about spacing. They don't understand my music. They don't understand how I act, how I talk. Mm-hmm. They want to touch your hair and they want to like, they're, you know, so it's like, I'm like a zoo animal. Mm-hmm. So it's like one of those things where like, I have to prove that like, or I have to show them like, I'm black. This is how you need to treat me. Back the fuck up. You know, don't talk.
No,
does that make sense?
I think you trying to say you had to prove that you're a human being like they are because proving your blackness is you black. You just are who you are. So I think you was more so trying to prove to them that you just like them, but not
the black version. So I'm having this like I'm letting them know how I need to be treated and how I should be treated. What you're not gonna say to me and what you're not gonna do. And it's one of those things to where it's like I'm just curious. Do white people ever have to sit around and?
I don't think so. I don't think they care about that shit.
You don't think so?
Nah.
But do you think they're treated like are white people treated like lesser of a person because they're white?
Nah.
You know what I mean?
That's the reason why the U.S. is the way it is now. Because they don't give a damn.
We only care about shit like that. You could put a white guy at an all black school. Uh-huh. He's not gonna go out his way to prove where he came from or that he's a white guy. Like he's comfortable with the shit. It doesn't matter to him.
You don't think so?
I know so.
For real?
Well, if it's one white guy, he might try to fit in.
Try to be more black.
Yeah, he might try to fit in, but I don't think he's gonna try to prove his whiteness.
Yeah,
like you try to prove your blackness.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't give a damn about that.
They don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I think my point about what you did, I think is more accurate.
What?
I think you went in black and became white. And then
become white though. That's what it is.
It did like this. How did I become white?
yeah,
Just like that. You see, he was slouched. How did I become white?
I
yeah.
hate the slouch, man. But no, like it was just a weird experience, and it wasn't that I was like I didn't have the time to simulate to being let me be a proper black guy because I've never been that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then again, I played football, so my black experience was still there because my teammates. The only black people that are up there in Lubbock were on the football team or athletes.
Yeah.
All from Dallas to Houston, period. That's it. So, like, that's kind of where I hung out at. Now, was I was never.
Oh, so that's who you had to prove your blackness to.
To them Oak Cliff niggas.
Yeah. Because you was a white boy going up to them niggas.
And that probably could have been it because I was, you know, I grew up, you know, I'm niggers like anybody else, but I'm not.
Hold on. Did you say niggers or niggers?
Niggerish.
Oh.
Niggerish. Use A, sir. Use A.
He said niggers. Yeah.
Heavy on the earth. Heavy on the earth.
That boy had been in Lubbock too long.
The hardest of the hard. No.
So what we think about Jeezy though, man, about this whole baby thing?
I think it's cool. Like I said, I mean, first of all, I think
What's cool about it?
No, I think that's stupid.
Oh, okay.
But I see his evolution and him trying. Again, it goes back to the happy wife, happy life. His wife had to put him up to that bullshit. Like that's.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
That Asian, from my experience, Asian people do not play about stuff like that.
I know in households, Asian women run the household when it comes to Asian families.
No, they don't.
Shit.
I don't know which ones you been around.
Asian woman, the man runs around slaving everything, and the woman is. I don't know what people think about that. So people pick comments about that when it comes to Asian households. Just curious if there's any real Asians out there, as opposed to fake.
What
Asians.
the fuck is a real Asian?
As opposed to fake Asians, right?
Yeah.
What's the ones out here feeding us rats and dogs and shit? Not them kind, huh?
It's a real Asian.
Real chicken.
No, Asians feeling real cats and dogs, like those Asians, not the ones that are giving us real meat. But I wonder what the answer in your culture, in your family, because I'm not from the Asian culture. I actually have a thing for Asians. That's another conversation. But
I doubt one watching though. What? They're not gonna put that in the comments.
Chung Lee from Taiwan is watching. Hey Chung, let us know. Lee, Mrs. Lee, let us know. And also as a black person, have you ever had to, like, you know, when you're around a bunch of white people, you ever have to show another side of you or prove that you are what you are because they don't look at you as who you are? Like, I'm very curious about it. I've had this conversation, and a lot of other people, some people have had those experiences. Mm-hmm. Like you being a whole light-skinned black dude.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be received by the black community and the white community as who you are. So it's like, you know, it's not a show. You're showing them who you are, but they're going to look at you differently. Again, me, like I'm
Till I talk.
Yeah, you know, I'm the black guy from San Antonio. You know what I mean? Houston and Dallas has never respected an athlete, a black athlete from San Antonio. No matter how good you are, you're never going to get that respect. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you know, I'm having to prove who I am just as an athlete. On top of that, I have, white folks just not understanding how to, treat black people. So it's like, I'm like, man, like you just can't talk like that. Like, relax. So it's just one of those things that was my college experience. And I think Lubbock was probably the worst place I could have went to. I should have went to TCU.
Yeah. I've always been, I don't like the duality that people choose to have in the workplace. It's stupid to me, but.
Code switching type shit?
Yeah.
You don't have your white person's voice at all? For real?
I don't have a white person voice, but when I'm around the owner and the VP and all that shit, they definitely don't get KK around that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, you ain't gonna say like shit, nigga, and all that.
I mean,
but I'm not gonna. My voice not gonna change.
I'm not even gonna say this shit on here now.
You gotta say it, man.
How do I say this without? Nah, I can't say that shit.
So
I'm gonna tell y'all off the air because the shit was funny as hell. It was the owner of my company. He was talking to me about some shit about
Chico,
computer shit.
He was talking about Chico. He was talking to Chico. It wasn't you. It wasn't your company.
I was doing some paperwork wrong. He said the shit wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like Like 2 boys fucking, man. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you can't say that. Say,
You said it's wrong like 2 boys fucking. White people just have that comfort. It's just,
I was like, you can't say that. He's like, it's wrong. Your paperwork is wrong. I was like, all right, man, but shit. Say.
He's like,
He said, "Your shit wrong."
I work at McDonald's, y'all. Calm down.
but no,
Let me take my job off my profile.
But that's the thing, like that comfort level is like just different for like an old white man to just speak his shit and just saying it like it's gonna fly. It's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like that's just I guess he's an owner, but it's just different. But
Well, it's that's changing too, though. People getting on their ass now.
cancel like a month.
Yeah.
I wish people could just hang with the owner of my company just like 10 minutes.
White people are funny.
They funny, man. This motherfucker is hilarious. Like, cause you know I'm always out of town. They put us in the Holiday Inn rewards or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I was in a hotel for like 3 weeks, and he was like, "Hey, let me ask you something. Where did the rewards go?" I was like, on my, you cocksucker. Whenever you go to a hotel, I say, bro, did you just call me a nigga?
Yeah. That's basically what he said.
Cocksucker, do a mile. Hey, you doing too much, man. Say.
It's definitely a difference between
It's
like
fucking hilarious though the way he just don't give a fuck.
yeah. And I think that's the thing with white and black folks. Like white folks don't give it to them because they know they got that privilege.
Yeah.
Black folks don't. But some black people think they can say what they want and they get canceled for it. You know what I mean?
Easily. And they get canceled for like some minor shit compared to if someone else was to say it. It'd be like, but black people also get away with saying a lot of shit also because we are black. It's that black sensitivity that's going on right
So say it.
Yeah.
So say it.
It's like Whoopi.
What did he say?
That's a perfect example. Was what Whoopi said.
now. So
I
Speak
watched
on
the
it.
clip. I don't think she said anything wrong. Like I don't
think she said nothing wrong either.
Yeah, I mean she just didn't mention one part of it. Like
yeah, I think when so if y'all are been under a rock, fucking them white folks, this is kind of what happened. So Whoopi was talking about there's a book called Mouse.
yeah.
And it is a book that has been taken out of the school district, so to speak, in some school district in Tennessee. And she was talking about the book, and it's a graphic novel, comic book from what I just learned, and comic book type. And then what it is it has Holocaust references in it. Right? So then I believe the reason they took it out is because of the sexual content.
Not the Holocaust shit.
Not the Holocaust.
Not
stuff.
the Holocaust shit.
Because of the sexual reference
From teenagers. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
So that's what she was talking about. She was like, "What the fuck?" She was like, we're not going to talk about the Holocaust, which is more about or has nothing to do with racism. It's more about how humans treat other humans.
Right.
And that's not an issue, but the issue is, so when she said that, people stopped listening. Like, what do you mean? It's definitely about racism, the Holocaust. But the thing about it, when I had this conversation with someone, the Holocaust is about more than racism. It started because of racism. That's like what caused everything. But the Holocaust was an action.
Right.
An action of one group of people towards another group of people that they tried to annihilate. Like I've always said, I don't care about racism. You don't need to like me. You have any ism you want to. Don't like me because I'm black, because I'm tall, I have dark hair, big teeth, big lips, missing tooth, whatever ism you have, you don't have to like me or anybody else because of it. Just don't treat me differently because of it. You know what I mean? That's prejudice. That's the difference between racism and prejudice. Prejudice is the action caused to by an ism. That's the shit that she was talking about. The Holocaust was an action of a group of people treating other people like lesser, whatever the reason was. And that's what she wanted to talk about, because regardless if it is sexism, racism, homophobia, it's the way we treat people that is the issue, not the phobia that we have. But nobody wanted to hear that and address that, because she said the Holocaust the point she was making, that it's not necessarily about racism.
Well, they didn't want to hear it because it came from a black woman.
Yep.
And you said something about Jews. You don't talk about Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. And see, my whole problem with it, I didn't have a problem with what she said, and I don't have a problem with the Holocaust. And of course, I have a problem with the Holocaust, but
Better say it right, nigga.
yeah, I don't give a damn.
When you be on this bitch crying,
Yeah.
you mean it?
They can't control me.
That's what I don't like.
I own
They're making
everything
people
I got.
apologize,
So.
man.
But the Holocaust is mandated in schools, in Texas schools. They have to teach it. Black history, they don't. That's some bullshit.
And that's a whole other conversation, which needs to be had. But I mean, like,
because why? I mean, yeah, we got Jewish people here, but it's more black folks than Jewish people in the United States of America. And why are we still giving reparations to them and not black folks? Bullshit.
Now that's a good conversation. But again, just like how the Germans treated the Holocaust, they don't shy away from it. They took down everything that represented anything Nazi. They teach it in the schools. They apologize for it. They gave back. They understand they were wrong, and they let everyone know in the country that they're wrong. Mm-hmm. We don't do that with our errors in this country. That's something that we don't do, which is something that I think that should be done. But that's an easy conversation.
Yeah.
But since it's not happening, what are we doing now? What should be done now? We always talk about the issues, but now what? How do we fix it? What do you think?
I don't know. I think we kind of.
What issue you talking about?
Like when it comes to the lack of education and when it comes to like black history. I don't want a school system that doesn't appreciate me and my blackness to teach my kids anything. I teach my kids everything. Yeah. I don't. You know, just because the school system is not teaching our kids what you feel like our kids need to learn, fuck, you teach your own kids that shit. Why are we depending on one?
You can, but they at school for 8 hours a day, sometimes up to 10, 12 hours a day. So you can do all that you want to, but they still being taught the wrong shit. Some things are completely wrong that they're being taught between them that amount of time. And then when they get home, you either going to have to teach them for 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 minutes. Because you're going to get home, you got to feed them, bathe them, get them to bed, and do the same thing. You got to do it all on the weekends or whatever the case may be. But that's hard to beat something in somebody's head, into a child's head at a young age when they being taught the wrong shit for 8 to 10 hours a day.
Before my kid gets the wrong information from school, she knows the right information from just life, right? And the reason why I say that is because remember we had that conversation about Harriet Tubman. So her teacher was in class and her teacher said Harriet Tubman did a lot of things for the black people, for black slaves. But, you know, there's another white person who's saved 10 times as many people as Harriet Tubman and probably has done more for slaves than she did, this white man, right? Mm-hmm. And she was saying basically Harriet Tubman is not as important as people may seem. This is what he said. My daughter,
I remember that.
My daughter corrected his ass and then told me about it. And I had to go up to the school and have a conversation with the principal or whatever he's called. He's called what?
I forgot what name you gave him.
Yeah, he's called headmaster is what he's called.
I never would call him that. Nigga, master got to come clean up out your motherfucking title, dog. It's like
white dude is in charge.
Master. I would never call that motherfucker a headmaster.
Hoe ass nigga.
I be telling my kids that shit, do not call that motherfucker that. I'm gonna beat your ass. Like,
but she addressed it when it happened, and we had a conversation, and then the teacher had to teach the whole lesson over again with the principal and everybody in attendance. So I mean, not only did she check him, but she taught those other students in there. And like I said, he didn't have a chance to say anything wrong. They had a conversation about Black Lives Matter. And she came to me and she was like, a bunch of the kids were saying that, you know, black lives don't really matter. It's about all lives and this, that, and the third. And my response was, well, what did you say? How do you feel about it? And she was like, well, it's not about all lives, because we have these conversations. I don't teach her this. We live this every day. Yep. So when we're out and when things happen on the TV, we talk about it. So it's not like I have to just stop my life and teach her. We actually are educated about it. And then she was like, well, I didn't think it was right. I didn't think it was true. These kids were talking all this stuff. And my response was, well, did you say something? She said, no. I was like, why not? I just didn't. And I was like, don't ever hold your tone to make these white people feel comfortable about their ignorance. Right? So I'm teaching as we go on.
Unless you're in Florida.
That was an ugly laugh. But yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you know, so as she's going into school, like, she's going to be checking these white people, and I need to have a conversation about her to see exactly what she said to them. Because, baby, don't let no one sit here and tell you that your blackness doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't ever let no one sit here and talk about, no, it's all about all lives, because it's never been about all lives. If it's been about all lives, black people wouldn't be in the situation we're in right now. So don't give me that all life bullshit now. That is an inconvenience for your whiteness. But this is the shit. This is how I talk to my daughters. You know what I mean? And I say that not to be like, oh, well, I'm what you should do. But it's like, there's always an opportunity to teach your kids or anybody whatever you want to teach them. Watch news every day. We see shootings, we see killings. Shit. Babe, watch this shooting. This is fucking crazy.
I get what you're saying. I mean, all we can do is try. But, like in Florida, they made a bill to where if you speak about it, you make, basically, if you make a white person feel uncomfortable or they feel like a victim, it's a crime now. They just passed that like 2 weeks ago.
Florida but we're talking about Florida though.
Yeah, but however, we talking about Florida, but who do the same shit Florida does like back to back? It's Texas.
Republican.
So we could be saying that shit soon too.
Yeah, nah, it's so much shit going on.
I'm finally gonna get arrested then.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get arrested.
So basically, if they feel uncomfortable with the way you speaking to them about certain topics, they can report it, and it's only in schools.
Report it where though?
It's in schools.
Oh, in school.
Yeah, it's in schools.
Okay. I'm like, what you gonna call 911 for that?
School. Well, I'm saying schools, but it's in colleges, universities, high school, elementary, all that.
So public period.
Public, everything.
Crazy.
Yeah, but it'll eventually elevate to just society. Period.
And the bad thing about that is shit like that is affecting kids. So right now you're basically criminalizing kids. If this is the places where you're starting at, you're catching them early. So I mean that's not cool. But again, Florida's something that's different. I mean, again, they have a whole
Zimmerman vote not there.
Zimmerman is still alive in Florida, so you have to understand that.
Yeah.
I mean, Florida allows a lot of crazy shit. Like Charlamagne said, man, the most craziest people are from Florida or the Bronx. Mm-hmm. That's it. But nah, man, I think that's what we need to do when it comes to that. I mean, just teach your kids as shit happens, and when let them know that when that opportunity.
Are people not teaching their kids shit at home?
I don't know. What
Yeah.
Like you just send your kids to school and just hope they learn whatever, like just life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of bad parents out there, bro.
It's a lot, bro.
That's crazy.
But what I think that's more important about it, since we're talking about what's more important about teaching, about Black history in school, I don't think it's the Black people that need to learn this. I think it's the white folks and others. Just like when they talk about Hispanic history, I think Black people and white people need to learn about each other's cultures. I think if white people would know more about what the history entails, I think they would be a little bit more sensitive towards a lot of things that they see in their community. They'd go home and slap the shit out their mom for the shit that they say when it comes to Trump. And I'm not saying all Trump supporters are racist, but I don't know any racists.
I am.
I don't know any racists that were Obama.
You follow that shit.
Obama
You
supporters.
Man, it's this shit been bugging me. I'm gonna change the subject.
Go ahead.
So the whole George Lopez thing.
All right.
So
that guy.
there's Hispanic people on the feed, so that's why I'm bringing it up. So is that really a thing? Like, don't park in my driveway and don't bring a Black dude home, because all I see is Black people with Hispanic women.
From my experience, Hispanic men, older Hispanic men hate Black people. Black men, Black males. They love Black women. They're not too fond of Black males. That's my experience. Whether it's true or not, that is my truth.
That's weird to me, though.
We fucking our girls. What do you expect?
I mean,
they the most possessive men on earth.
But I'm like, it's a lot of Black and Hispanic couples, though. Like, I'm like, are they not bringing a Black dude home ever? Or they just fuck my family, I'm just gonna be with him? Like, what's going on out here, man?
Yeah.
We're giving them that Negro penis. Older men don't like that shit. They're losing their women hand over fist. Why does my kid have these curls?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like La Bamba. He looks like
La Bamba.
Looks like La Roach. I'm sorry, that's horrible. But no, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the reason why, but I know. I believe it's more.
I've never heard that though. What? Have you heard that before?
What?
The whole don't bring a Black guy home.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But okay, so
I just never.
From the conversation, I've had a conversation about this. So I had a girl, Stephanie. She worked with me at a phone store. I worked at several phone stores. I know a couple of Stephanies. So if you don't say nothing, no one knows it's about you. Okay. She wouldn't date a Black person. I think I remember this correctly, and it's because she just wouldn't. But her family would be okay if she dated a white person. right? Don't bring a black person home who's just not, but a white person is cool. But again, you have to understand when you're Hispanic and you could basically assimilate as a white person, you're gonna want to, you're gonna want to kind of, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of when you're coming from, and I've had this conversation. We'll talk about it later. But when you're coming over, it's one of those things to where like you see the American dream. And when you look at the American dream, it's not
black.
Right.
It's not black.
You don't want to associate yourself with that type of crowd. And I get it. I understand it. You kind of want to, whitewash yourself a little bit because you want that better life for you and your family.
Right.
So you don't want, I don't want my daughter coming home with some hood ass nigga neither. I understand what these old Mexican men are talking
Hood ass nigga.
You know what I mean?
They're not gonna come home to one with going to schools that got headmasters and shit. I'm sure it ain't no hood niggas at that school.
But like, I kind of understand, and that's me being like very like with the conversation. I'm being very like black and white. I know it's deeper than it, and I'm just not trying to get into it. But like, they don't want their family to be associated and assimilate, and that's kind of the conversation.
What about trailer trash?
But they're still white. You still have a chance. So it's like
Chance at what?
What do you mean?
A chance at what?
I don't know. The American dream.
With trailer trash?
White people, man.
What if they turn into Young Jeezy?
Like being a whole bitch ass, whole scary ass. I don't know.
Multi-millionaire.
I wish I can get her on here, and I wish I had a number. I'd call her, and not call her, but I'm kind of curious now. I'd probably hit her up and ask her. But it wasn't like a bad thing. But I understood.
Yeah.
I understood. Like you're in this country and trying your family before you came over. It's like you kind of want to put yourself in a better situation for your family.
Yeah, I dated this Asian girl long time ago. Long time ago.
Long.
She did the same thing when maybe like 2 or 3 months into the relationship. As far as we wasn't together, but as far as us getting to know each other, she kind of started backing off because she started liking me.
Yeah,
and her family she couldn't. Yeah. So
you can come in the flea market and buy some hats. You can't come in this motherfucking house.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, they really like that, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's not just with it's just when people are coming over here and they look at America when they're so close to the racism and they know what's going on, you just don't want to put yourself in those situations. And I get it. It sucks.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you look at the media and the TV, it doesn't fucking represent us as bright shining light of the community.
Yeah.
So when you don't know any better, I mean your ignorance is gonna play.
Yeah, because even black men question you. You walk in, with a black woman, you walk in, they gonna question you. You know what I mean? If they in their child's life, they definitely gonna question you. They just like you said, they don't want no just random ass nigga. Just
and be honest, how would I feel if my and this is going to be very racist. And fuck y'all, I'm going to say this what we're here to have these conversations for. But I would probably feel more comfortable if my daughter brought home like a nerdy square ass white dude than a hood ass black dude.
No.
And again, I know it's ignorant and I know it makes no sense. And then I know white people. Like I had a conversation with no, listen, this is crazy. I had this conversation with this white girl. This white woman, and she dates.
That's why he had to prove himself.
No. Check this out. No, real talk. I know this girl is Mexican woman. She dates black and white and white men, right? And she said the difference between black men and white men is that black men are fucking complete liars, right? Black men will lie and pretend they love you and all this shit and play the fuck out of you and leave you by yourself. Whereas a white man would be like, yeah, I'm fucking you and your friend. So what? You're going to do this or not? Like they're just upfront, honest, cocky. They have no repercussions, no feeling. So I understand white men.
What do they say? Do they do it or not?
No, they're still cheat. White people still cheat. They still fucking everybody else. They're still doing the same shit that black people are doing. But the difference in the conversation that she had is that it's more respected because they're going to be honest and upfront about it.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you think about it, I could look at situations like how many dreams have I sold? How many times have I, played a woman in a sense to where it's like
we politicians. You gotta tell them what they want, and when you get the vote, you ain't do none of the shit you said you was gonna do. Now, I'm playing. Let me quit playing. I'm playing. It's all entertainment.
All right, Trump, you gonna get?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like what you said with that shit because if she did the same thing to him, he gonna kill her.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
If the white girl,
not even a white girl, say if your daughter is dating a nerdy white dude and she said the same thing that he said to her,
yeah, I'm fucking your brother.
He is gonna kill her. A black man ain't gonna do that. They gonna be like, oh man, you bullshit.
No, I totally understand that my logic is stupid and is not backed by anything. It's ignorance. But in my head, I'm not threatened by a white guy like that, as opposed to this Negro with this Negro dick fucking shit on my daughter, leaving her to be a single parent, like, you know, and like.
Damn, that's what you think?
Yeah.
No. Who thinks
you was in Lubbock too goddamn long.
Who thinks that's how life gonna be?
But it's not. You know what I mean? But like with my age,
leaving my daughter.
No, but it's jokes. I'm not.
Let me give you some advice. Let her bring them motherfuckers home and weed them out in the beginning.
Right.
Don't let her find one when she's 28. You know what I'm saying? Let her.
Too late then, right?
Yeah, she's gone. Baby, he gonna take you. He gonna take you, baby. Listen to me. He's gonna take you.
Like I said, taking ass. But no, that's the thing. Like I understand it's ignorance, but again, when it comes to the situation, it's I'm not gonna pretend like I don't like. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this nigga gonna do my daughter bad, as opposed to like this little good A+ student, you know, and again, I understand that there's a black kid that can be an A+ student, and there could be a white hood kid. You know, it doesn't, just because you're black doesn't mean you're hood, and just because you're white doesn't mean you're a good nerd. But I'm just saying, like, in that scenario, like if my daughter brought home that as opposed to this, like I would feel a certain kind of way. I'd be less comfortable. And that's just me being honest. I've been that.
I'd be scared. I'm like, what you want with my daughter, nigga? Because
I bet
your corny ass ain't.
That's what we doing now? That's what we doing now?
I'd be happy. I'm like, oh, she gonna take all that nigga milk money. Like all that nigga lunch money gone from day one. Like I'm like, she gonna play.
He probably be the most controlling motherfucker she ever meet in her life, man.
And that's only true. But like again, like from jump, that's not the first thing I'm gonna think about. You know what I mean?
The nigga, the young kid, the thug one, the nigga's probably not no thug. It's probably his act. Like Jeezy.
Yeah, that's what I said. What if he turned out like Jeezy?
Motherfuckers be a whole act, man.
Yeah, no, it just varies. But again, like I said, I could admit my ignorance when it comes to this. So I'm not saying like this is my real thought.
Yeah, that's very ignorant.
It's just something that'll cross. But again, I don't want nobody fucking with my daughter in any kind of sense. White, black, Mexican.
It's gonna happen, man.
Like I say, if
you got two. Yeah. Rub it in. You got two.
If they both come home and become lesbians, I feel like I succeeded.
Somebody still gonna fuck them.
That's what my boy said. He said, "Hey, they lesbians. I'm good."
What if they lesbians though? Somebody fucking them with something this long. Somebody got something this long on their waist.
But again,
got a whole assault rifle on her motherfucking waist. You worried about a nigga with 22?
It's just a whole different experience, man. Like I could deal with these women problems. I can't help with a nigga. Like we gonna I've watched some white dudes porn. I don't know one of them fucking my kids. They foot all in your face and shit and spitting on you. Like, don't do that to my daughter, man. Tell her you love her.
Say don't do that shit to my daughter, man.
Tell her you love her, please.
Y'all was talking about lesbian. I thought about this joke I heard the other day. He said, do lesbians get mad when they get wet instead of getting hard?
So your boy the fuck around got pregnant, man.
Do lesbians get mad when they get wet instead of getting hard? That's fucking hilarious.
That shit was funny.
What so when it comes to like, if you're talking about daughters and shit, right? And like I think about this all the time. Like you said, I'm gonna have to deal with her dating a dude, right? I'm gonna have to deal with her.
They the same age, so you got to twice. You gonna be doing with the shit.
I hope my daughters running trains on these niggas instead of niggas running trains on them. I mean,
no.
Oh, my daughter's out there tag teaming little ass kids,
no, you
bitch
don't.
Ass nigga.
You don't want that.
Hey baby, you know daddy kind of short on rent this month. Jokes. It's only It got quiet, too quiet after that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's weird.
You on the island with this shit.
Viewers, everyone just dropped off.
I ain't gonna lie, my daughter used to hate that shit.
What?
Cause like NFL niggas always try to get us. They be controlled. I'm like, man, I'm tired of working though. Like, shit. All these niggas that used to go to Baylor trying to marry you. Come on now. I said, let's go. Come on now. I want my own career. I want my who raised you? Who raised you like that? Nigga, we supposed to be out here living life.
Mama, go get your goddamn daughter, man.
Milk these niggas, man. Milk them. Say, nah, I do my own thing.
She gonna have us working until we 65 for real, motherfucker. Nah,
She be showing me messages. Look who messaged me. I like that nigga. I Googled the nigga name. That nigga got money. Nigga got money. I don't like him. I'm like, why the fuck he showed me then, man? I thought we made it.
When you say this man got his own money.
Yeah.
What? I mean, really, his own money.
Yeah.
My mama used to hate that shit. Why you ain't trying to whoring her out? No, hear me out though.
I'm guiding.
Hear me out. These niggas is making $2-3 million a year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how many times you want me to drive to Dallas?
This nigga speaking at Denny's, and you're impressed by that. The fuck?
What you want for Christmas? I said, this Baylor helmet. Have all them niggas sign that. So I'm not doing that. She's I'm not doing that shit. I'm not asking these niggas for no autograph. I'm like, what? You know I'm all.
I told y'all, women are selfish, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Y'all are selfish.
It starts early.
Oh, she don't see that.
It starts early. What so as we talk about like kids, our daughters and stuff, right? Like it's always something that kind of perplexes me about when it comes to raising that child, because we're all going through. You've been through it. You're about to go through it again. You have 2 that you're going to go through with girls, and of course I have my 2.
How old are your girls?
10 and 14 months.
Oh shit, you got a baby.
Yeah.
Baby, he's got to whoop a nigga's ass, kill him, go to jail, get paroled, and come out 10 years later.
2045 for you free again, nigga. Nigga, you just committed a crime. Nigga. You finna do a whole bid, nigga. That's a bid.
Yeah.
A bid after bid. You're not gonna be free until the Bills go to the Super Bowl again.
No, fuck that, nigga. Going next year.
But no, so it's crazy because like I'm always wondering how hard it is or what the difference is, because I think me, like dealing with daughters that are going to be dating men, I feel like I can guide them and raise them to more, I guess, to more situations that could arise than like their mother can, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And I always refer to Furious, right? Boys in the Hood.
Bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Call the nigga Furious.
Yeah, that was the nigga's name.
It was Furious.
So I always refer to that, and like I think women, they do great at raising children. I'm not saying women can't raise children, but there's a time when you have a young man, so to speak, to where you have to let
let the nigga go.
Furious, man, I need you to come take care of this nigga, because there's things about life that I can't teach him. But it's funny because there's a lot of women out there that have that impression that they can raise a man, that they can raise a man, period. Not better than a father. That's not the conversation. The conversation is that they feel as women, as a mother, that they can raise a boy to be a man. And I think that's the most disillusional. Is that a word? Disillusional?
You made it one.
You know what the fuck I mean, though. Just put dis in front of any word and it means a negative.
Yeah.
To the word that
mean the opposite.
There you go. What do you want to say? Overset?
Opposite, nigga.
Them overset women. But no, but yeah, no, that's the thing. Like, I think it's false, man.
Yeah, definitely. Women can teach little boys like right from wrong and how to be good people, but they always gonna miss something. It's always gonna be something left out about teaching a boy how to be a man.
What do you think something is?
It could be different things. I mean, they can hit 10 things and miss the 11th, but you know they fully can't. But I think it's hard because certain men gonna miss things too. But I think men are gonna be able to teach that boy how to be a man faster at a younger age.
Yeah.
Than a woman could, because I think that little boy, he's going to learn certain things from his mom. It's going to carry over. And to me, most men that I know that were raised solely by their mother, they tend to have a lot more emotional attachments to just life, period.
But is that a bad thing? Because some women would argue that
not really.
Being in touch with
it just depends. It depends on that person.
A balance.
Yeah. But it tends to come out more than a man that had a man in the house. So,
nigga, you crying because of the get your bitch ass up, go in there and play, go play some football.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but they tend to be a little bit more feminine than.
And see, I don't think that it's fair. I think it's stupid when people are like, and I don't want to say stupid. I think that it doesn't make sense when someone says someone is like, I mean, he's real feminine. Like, I don't like how people pretend like that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Is that something wrong with being feminine? Like, actually, yeah, in some cases it is. Especially when you are X, Y, and Z. You should be more of this as opposed to that.
Well, I think we just don't understand the feminine, masculine. Well, when somebody takes it personally, they don't understand what it means, the feminine, masculine stuff. So
yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. Like it's like I tell people all the time, like I take on feminine roles at times. I do feminine shit. You know what I mean? But it's not because I'm a girl and I'm a bitch,
right?
But like like,
they can take offense to that shit. Like somebody called you a girl for doing that.
No, I'm just saying. It's just. I mean, I don't.
You can't say bitch though when you saying what you said. Take that back. Yeah,
it's very problematic, man.
Sorry, I'm not talking to anyone of y'all in general. I'm talking to all y'all. Not personal. No, I'm joking. That's another joke. Don't baby me. Don't baby me. Like I don't want to talk to a woman to get my show back. What do you think about that? Do you think women can raise men? Because you said
I think it's possible. I think
the exception.
I think I turned out. I think I turned out all right. Me and my brother turned out all right. We were raised by a single mother.
Mm.
We ain't never.
But when the show went off earlier, you was crying to us about something. I forgot. What was
I crying about something?
That nigga gonna slap the shit out of you. That nigga. So guys, thank y'all for watching.
Thanks for coming out. Good night.
No, I think that I think again it's more of an exception conversation, right? Because you spoke on you're like how your mom raised you to be, you know, the man you are today. I think your mom is I've talked to your mother. Hey, how many times is 20 going to 60?
Don't know.
However many times it wants to.
Yeah.
Your mama said that shit too, though, nigga.
My mother agreed. My mom's the bandwagon. Your mama's the pimp. Your mama's a whole instigator in that conversation. But no, it's oh man.
Let's not do no more. My mom.
I
my mom jokes on. That was a traumatizing episode, man. She said a lot of foul shit on there that day.
The cake was embarrassed. But no, it's just one of those things where like your mother's an exception. My mom raised me as a single mother as well, but she made sure I was positioned with men in my life to get me to where I need to, because she understood that she couldn't teach me, you know what I mean? My mom didn't do it by herself, and she'll never take that credit on who raised me. And I think that as a man, you know, they raised me pretty well. I think they missed out on a lot of things. I think them niggas failed me in a lot of ways, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because you hate women.
That's not where they failed me. But I think they failed me in a couple of ways, you know. Like, in all honesty, for one, I wish that as a man, I treated women better and was more sensitive towards women and their needs. I wish as a man that I could show and express my love and care for a woman more than I do now. I wish as a man that I knew how to be soft and treat a woman instead of being so tough and manly all the time. As a man, I wish that I was just a nicer, not so aggressive when it comes to dealing and talking to a woman, right? Like I don't have it figured out. Like, these niggas taught me how to be a whole nigga, and that's kind of all it was.
Yeah, but you haven't grown over time, though.
I mean, it's easy, but if you've been raised and been like that your whole life, it's kind of hard to realize and just change. I'm better now, and like dealing with people, like from the way I was when I've met certain people to the way that I am years after, I'm a lot better. You know what I mean? But it's like initially, like they talk about men, we're learning to love money, cars, and hoes. That's it. That's what, you know, growing up, that's how most niggas is taught. We're not learning, we're learning to love our homeboys more than a woman at times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that friendship is more than that. You know, we're learning the street code and just regular nigga shit more than we learn to go fuck bitches and make money and cheat and it's okay and it's just what men do. Like that's the shit I was taught.
Yeah, I wasn't taught that shit.
Huh?
I wasn't taught that.
No, and that's good though.
Yeah.
And that's really good that you weren't. But that's the shit, like getting bitches is what life is. So, I mean, I wasn't taught the opposite. And I wish I would have been more taught to be a better man by the men that were in my life. And I can't blame them because the people that taught them weren't shit either. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Well, it don't necessarily mean they wasn't shit. They possibly just didn't know.
Them niggas, well, regardless what the reason was, they weren't shit. So it's like, even when it comes to me, like my brother, I have a younger brother. You know, whole ass nigga want to be a doctor and shit. Don't want to live out here. He want to go to school and be educated and shit.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
I'm just a joke. I'm joking.
Boys, I'm saying, what the fuck are we doing?
Nah, he is like I say, he is a way better man than I am. Like he is very nice. He treats people better. He is, especially when it comes to women, he's caring. Like I admire and I envy him for who he is because of the better person that he is. If that makes any sense.
He was raised by your mom, or?
Yeah, he wasn't raised by I was raised by Mike Tripp.
But like, so he's what, like 15, 16 years younger?
17.
Yeah, your mom grew up. You know what I'm saying? She realized that the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No. True.
Yeah. If you would have been the 17 year, he probably would have been you. You know what I'm saying? You would have been.
But that's
you could have been a doctor, man.
No, but it's not.
Yeah.
But it's not about just being a doctor.
You could have been a whole ass nigga and a doctor.
Yeah, you know, and that would have been dope, right? Yeah. But I mean, it's just the way that he is. Like he's a lot more compassionate. But again, like in 2022, where he's becoming the person he's becoming the man he's going to be in his 20s. The more you know. So I mean, he's in a time of life where there's more information about this stuff. So he's absorbing it. He's growing. Mm-hmm. He's at a good time to grow. But you have to understand the shit that most of us men that are 39. Most of the men in our 40s, we grew up in a toxic. We grew up watching grandpa take care of grandma. That's what we grew up in. Grandpa wasn't shit. Grandma was putting up with all kind of shit. So it's like when I'm looking at myself as the man that I am, like I know I'm shitty and I got some shitty ways, and I know I need some work. You know what I mean? And I can be honest about it. But I mean, I wish I was better when it came to the care of women. My daughter, different story. If I treated women the way I treated my daughter, I'd be an excellent man. But I mean, it's like when it comes to women, it's like I feel like women are so problematic and they've let me down and they can't be trusted. And it's a bunch of bullshit in my head that has been put there some way, somehow. That's
the same thing Ted Bundy said in that biography.
This nigga. You want to make me a white boy killer so bad.
You from Lubbock, man. You
want to make me a white boy killer so bad. What let's give our closing, man. Once again, before you start, I'm gonna let you lead the closing, Chris, and I want to say I appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Both of y'all.
Now, we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes. It doesn't look like it, but we're also working people as well, and we haven't yet decided to burn our ship to where we're putting all our eggs into this. But we want to give y'all shows and content whenever we can, and when we have other pods like Chris and the Lost One podcast coming on and gracing us, we do appreciate it. We have our crew, so again, you're going to see us sporadically around. You're going to have other people coming on, not as much. But again, when you call into the show and give us your opinion, we do appreciate that, and we thank you. So I say that just to say that, basically, and just to give you a temperature check on what Socially Irresponsible is doing, what we're out here trying to accomplish. Again, you can see us periodically. You're not going to see us every week. You may see us sometimes twice a week. When you see us, it's going to be something to to enjoy and just tune in and just fucking be a part of our movement.
Yeah.
What do you want to say, man? Leave the people with something.
What I want to say: do not shy away from your blackness. Embrace it, and watch these white folks go nuts. It's Black History Month. That's it.
What was that IG said? Like, bitch, move. It's Black History Month.
What? I ain't seen that.
Nah, I ain't
seen that.
So this white woman was about to do a video on IG, and this black person walked right past, like, move, bitch. It's Black History Month.
Was it a skit or he was for real?
It was a random white woman. It could have been a skit. It could have been a skit with some random white woman. She put on her phone and was about to record, and some black person just bulldozed right past her. Move, bitch. It's Black History Month. People haven't seen that shit.
That is crazy.
What do you want to leave us with, Kay?
Appreciate y'all sticking with us. It was we had a little pause, but we got it. We got it worked out. Pressure beard care. Be sure to get some of this. I'm gonna make some of the videos. I saw your TikTok video. I said, this nigga here pretty and shit. Nigga say nigga had a little whole slow motion. Nah, this nigga here. But nah, like I said, we will have some bigger and better stuff coming out for y'all, man. It's been, how long has it been?
Since we've been doing this?
Yeah.
With you and me, almost a year and a half.
Year and a half? Yeah, okay. So
Close to it.
more content, more skits coming out, you know what I'm saying? So I've been working on my little skit game, so.
That nigga loves bananas. That nigga loves bananas.
I ain't ate a banana since that day. Switched to grapes.
And you eat the
But
shit
that's
out
like
of it
eating
that
nuts,
day.
though.
You eat the shit out of it that day, too. Boy, let me tell you. He had it in the back of his throat.
It's just like eating nuts.
But no, and that's what it is, guys. Like
Yeah, let me go on quit talking.
we're really working, man, and we don't want to just give y'all blank podcasts. We love San Antonio, we love our following that we have here, but we want to sit here and see if we can actually be relevant across the 50 states. You know, we really want to be judged. We want people to hear our content, and we want to do something with this. So we're not shying away from our shows for our local audience, but we're just trying to grow and become better for not just y'all, but for everybody. So, I mean, that's kind of where we're at. I'm all looking at KK's phone and shit.
It did.
No, I'm just looking like that camera's recording. Looking at that one. But no, so that's kind of what it is we're doing. So, again, I appreciate your patience. And when you see us on, I appreciate y'all coming in. Again, we have the Lost One podcast with Chris. So don't forget to go look him up. The Lost One, not LOSE.
It's not lost, though.
The Lost One podcast. And then, of course, go look up Chris. It's Chris Green. And it's not green because his eyes. It's because that's his last name.
Yeah, I changed my name.
That nigga Green Goblin.
Let me fuck around and see.
What's the name of your podcast? Green Goblin. I was like, what?
Oh, that's how I was.
That nigga, everybody gonna watch that shit. Nigga, Green Goblin.
It's a very homosexual ass name, right?
The green.
Weird. Like, yeah, he lost me in that one.
Mess around and see KK doing his a pressure commercial, putting that on his face with green eyes. KK had green contacts.
You can do all kind of things with these filters. I might have to do that shit.
They do got that filter
Right.
too. Yeah.
I've seen women, I know.
Gotta see them hoes in person.
What
are you doing? Removing the filter. Shut up. You don't look nothing like your motherfucking picture.
You see KK over there just like,
Yeah, what you doing? Trying to get to normal.
I'm gonna start.
Off Lark.
I want to start a segment. I want to think about the segment, and I want to call it socially irresponsibly posting. And it's going to be what I see on Facebook or social media when people are posting bullshit, and I'm literally going to sit there and make fun of them about their stupidity,
Like make the post and then
and just talk shit about it.
like live and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's dope.
Like on the show, like I'm gonna screenshot post and put it up there and just going in on their ass. And it's not gonna be to the point to where it's like it could be them saying some incorrect information because there's a lot of false information out there. It's a lot of stupid things that are being talked about there. As we talked about Whoopi Goldberg, there's this conversation about books, and we're gonna listen to this. We're gonna cut off, but let me give you as much as I possibly can about it. Whoopi Goldberg had the banned book conversation. And, people are talking about how books are being banned and how we can't educate our kids and this, that, and the third. That shit is the furthest from the truth, guys, when it comes to banning books. First of all, Anyway, I'm not going to get into it because it's going to be my TED talk, and we're about to lose power here. I still haven't paid the light bill from 2019, so we need to figure that out. But anyway, that's what I want to do. I'm gonna start going in on y'all motherfucking asses that I see posting some bullshit, and you're gonna do it right here on the show, kind of like donkey of the day type shit. So be prepared for that, and I am coming at your motherfucking asses with a vengeance. So once again, this is Socially Irresponsible podcast. This is Damien, Maverick, and Chris. Damien, Maverick, and Chris. Maverick, KK, and Chris signing off. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace.
That's funny you said that, 'cause I used to watch these niggas. Did you ever see them John and Mr. Grind videos?